So now I got all the wires routed out. The wire tuck hole, I'll show you here. I'll turn the flashlight on. That's the 1-inch hole that I cut in there. I will say that is too small. I would recommend going at least 1.5 inches to 2 inches. Part of the reason is because of this. This is the headlight connector, and I cannot get those pins out of there. It's one of the only ones I've ever had a real issue with getting the pins out. So I had to cut those, so I'm going to have to resolder those on the ends. That really sucks, but that's the 1-inch hole I cut. All the wires fit in there with extra space, actually, so when you go bigger, you're going to have to be careful with the grommet size. Here's the rubber grommet that I used. It's 1 1/8, I believe, on the outer diameter, and the inner diameter of this rubber seal, the inner part there, is only 7/8 of an inch, I believe. So it does actually wiggle around in that hole a little bit. I'm going to try to solve that by putting some Gorilla Tape around the hole to give it a little bit more to seal to, and the Gorilla Tape will also help protect the wires from cutting into that, and then the grommet will too, obviously. So as I fed them through, I fed them over the grommet. It's nice because it's soft rubber, so it just rolls right over pretty much everything. I'll go down the harness here for you. This is the headlight retractor motor on the left side. This is the AC can thing that I still can't remember the name of because I'm too tired. Here is the left marker. Did that one. Here is the left turn signal, I believe. Then we're going down more here. Once we get to here, here's a ground. Here is probably the left side headlight. Then this is where the horn starts here in the green. The water temp switch. The horn again. The AC for the compressor. I'm going to try to run down this way, see how that works. Did that one. Then once you get down in here, you get to the other grounding strap. This 4-pronger here is the right side headlight motor retractor. Then you got the turn signal in there as well, and those empty extra pins there. The right side marker there, and then the last one on this side is the right headlight. So that's going to be everything that I need to run through here. They'll get run down through this channel, come out right here, and then I'll have them swoop. I'm not sure if I'm going to go under the headlight down here, or if I'm going to go sideways up here. Not sure yet. Have to mount the headlight up to see how that works. I'm not sure how long, or if I'm going to have to do extensions at all. I kind of hope not. If I do, I'm going to do them from the plug to this harness, because I don't want to make extensions in this harness. It'll be easier to make them from the plug. So that's part number, I don't even know how many of the wiring swap. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next here. I'm just going to seal up the hole and then probably do some more video on once I actually get the wiring completely in there and show you how it actually installed. It's gone pretty well so far, taken a lot of hours to do, but I think it'll be pretty sweet when it's done, hopefully. Otherwise it's time wasted in vain, but I think it'll be cool. That'll be it for this one. I got the wires all run in the channel. Here you can see this rubber grommet fits pretty well for being 1/8 of an inch off. I'm going to do some liquid electrical tape in there to try to seal that up. Wires do run down the inside of the channel, all of them, got them all down there. You can see maybe a little bit of them here. I didn't put a whole lot of protectors on them, which isn't necessarily a good idea, but to get them through here, you can't have much at all. I'll show you the worst part is down in here, if you can see this, where the coils mount. That spot is really hard to get stuff by, really sucks. But if you can get them all by there, it takes quite a bit of patience. Got the headlight motor here, marker light, and then the headlight, or the turn signal is up here. AC thing's gonna have to get extended up here, AC again. All this stuff came out of here pretty well. Some of it is going to have to get extended. I hoped I wouldn't have to do any, but I knew it was going to probably have to happen. So you can look down in here. Get the flashlight to turn back on. You can see there's more than enough room in there. Just takes a lot of time to get it all in there. So, last thing I'll touch on is, if you noticed, that doesn't have a connector on it. And this had to get snipped off. These fittings, or the ends of these, won't fit through a 1-inch hole. They get close, but not quite. These are no way. Those wouldn't even fit through a 2-inch hole, I don't think. These are easy enough to de-pin. These ones are. These ones I can't. So I'm going to have to resolder those on, so that sucks. But that's all I'm doing for tonight. I'll pick back up on this tomorrow, hopefully. As you can see here, I've got the entire front clip off, pretty much. The driver's side fender, both headlights, and the nose piece. That's to finish the wiring here. I am done with it. I just got to route it here. I'll start from this right side here. This is the right side headlight. Then I had to do the right side marker light is down here. The right side headlight motor is also on this side. Those are the only 3 things in this bundle. The right side headlight motor is going to come up through here where the right side marker light hole normally would be. That's in order to try to hide this as best I can behind the motor here. Hopefully that works out. Then this will run up against the bumper cover here because the nose piece comes down flat over here. This will run up against that. This will run across. One of my grounds is here up into one of the nose piece bolts. This is actually the right side turn signal. The right side turn signal wire is really, really long. So I was able to run that without an extension, which is really nice. So that's going to get tucked up in here, probably zip tied. Down off of here, I got 2 horn wires. One of them, the longest one, I didn't extend, and then I had to extend the shorter one by about 2.5 feet maybe. This blue wire coming out here is for the AC compressor. I'm going to run a wire from the AC compressor down underneath one of the hose lines for the front mount oil cooler and hide that. This little bundle right here goes up to that AC can. I still can't remember the name. Evaporator or something like that. Then on the left side here is where everything kind of came together. This is the right side headlight. Then the right side turn signal actually has the connector up in here. That's going to get tucked up and away. This is for the radiator water temp switch. I can't remember if that's 1 or 2. I'm not really going to be using it though, I don't think, so that one's just kind of sitting out of the way for now. Down in here you can see all of the wiring running through that fender channel. And then right here is the left side headlight motor. That one I'm going to try to run. This is the headlight motor bolts up to right here. So I'm going to try to run that wire just straight in here and then plug it in. So it'll be pretty hidden. And then I'm going to make a cover plate for that. So that should be pretty nice. So this will be flat, and there'll be a little bit of a lip in here for that wire. I did cut a hole, 1-inch hole down in here. I was going to run everything up and through here and then up into this area, but just because of the way that I would have had to constrain it and extend it a lot further, I decided not to. So this is another grounding wire that's going to be grounded potentially down here or somewhere on that headlight motor. So this is kind of what it looks like with nothing installed in the front end. I'm going to go through and put everything back on tonight and then do another video, probably the last video for the first gen part of the wiring tuck. This right here, as crazy as it sounds, is going to run behind the headlight motor, the actual headlight bucket assembly, and then this gets bolted, this little wire holder gets bolted on one of the nose bolt pieces. That actually fits in there pretty well. The headlight doesn't bang against it, it's not going to cut anything. And then I had to cut into the nose piece a little bit, so I'll show you that once I'm done with installing everything back on the car here. So I'm going to cut now and put everything back on here. Probably take me half an hour or something like that. Alright, the front clip's back on here. I'm going to go through and show you where the wires are. This is the right side headlight. If I can lift this up here. If you look down, you can see some of those wires down there. I haven't run the headlight one up here yet. I'm still going to do that in just a minute. But they run in front of the nose piece there on the front bumper bar. They run up and over that. Then, if I will look underneath here, you might be able to see that the wires run up and over that. And then they run up to that grounding point on the nose piece here. And then this right here, this connector that's hanging down, is the right side turn signal. Then they run up through that corner way up there, if you can tell where that is. I'll show you where that is here. That is actually a hole I cut in the nose piece. It is right there. Now what I did was I got a grommet. I have a 1-inch hole sawed it out, 1-inch grommet, and then electrical tape all the way through this. I actually put Gorilla Tape on the cut itself to protect it in case it were to slip off. So my thought is, yes, you can see the wires, it's not a total tuck, but I think even if you were looking, you wouldn't be able to tell where they are unless I told you. Maybe with the hood on you could tell. Then we have the left side headlight here. There's the left side headlight in the bucket. But I'll show you behind here. You can see that the wires run underneath through a bracket there that I stole from the radiator. Then they run behind the headlight bucket here, if you can see this. So I was able to bolt the headlight all the way down the way it is now. And the wires have enough room to sneak by there. There's not too much tension in the wires there. I do have to zip tie up the headlight here for the left side just to make sure that it doesn't interfere when the headlight bucket goes up and down. Turn signal still in there. That's going to get zip tied out of the way as well. But overall, I'll show you here if I can get this to move the correct way. Bunch of camera movement there. I can't get it to move the right way one-handed with the camera in my hand, but it does actually go up and down the way that it should when I can actually get it. Let's see if I can move this quick. There we go. So the headlight is free to move up and down the way that it should. When I can actually get it to sit right, I can't do it one-handed. But it will be able to move up and down the way that it's intended to once I get everything in there right. So that's pretty much the end of the first gen wiring. Was a lot of work to get to even just this point. I spent almost all day with the wires routed through here. Oh, there's the marker light there for the left side marker. I ran up through there, so it's not running through the inside. I spent pretty much all day doing just this part. So it takes a long time to get it done, but I think it'll be pretty sweet once it's finished.